Perfect. Audio syncing in 3, 2, 1. Another fucking banger of an audio sync. You guys are gonna become the main cast if you keep acting like this.
Woo. I thought I was.
No, like main Reddit cast.
Oh!
Yeah.
I thought it was in the campaign. Am I kicked out of the campaign?
Surprise, motherfucker. Hello and welcome to another episode of Rolling with Reddit. Now guys, I've been called many things. Intelligent, handsome, charming. But what I want to know today is, am I the asshole?
Uh-oh.
Because we have two stories here from r/am I the asshole that are D&D
like
related.
Oh.
I love these a lot.
I love these.
So do you guys want to hear from a Storin Sunbro or regular friendship first?
Regular friendship?
Yeah,
Regular
I'm
friendship?
thinking regular friendship.
Okay. The title of this reads, Would I be the asshole if I stopped DMing D&D for my friends because of one player?
Oh.
Ooh.
What did this player do?
Yeah, this could possibly come to fruition. Yeah, okay.
I can see the verdict, and I'll save it for the end.
Okay.
After we also leave our verdict on
Okay.
if we think this player is an asshole or not. The post reads, I'm the dungeon master of my friend group's Dungeons & Dragons game. We've played together for about 7 years. Ooh.
It's a
7 years?
It's a long time to be in a D&D group and to want to stop for one person.
And I've run the games for 6 of those 7.
Sheesh.
About 3 months ago, one player and I started arguing because I didn't let him burn the house in the game down. We quit playing for about 3 months because I was tired of dealing with him. I offered to let anyone else run the game, but no one stepped up. Recently, I was ready to start running a game again. We did a one-off last week. The player, who we will call Adam, got upset because this time I didn't use the explosion in the cave they were in to open a hole to the surface like he thought I should. So that's a very specific argument. After a long time of arguing, I finally told him that the book I was pulling from said the ceiling caved in and didn't open a hole to the surface, and that I'd rather go by the book than whatever he wants to have happen. I mean, that's, yeah. Fair. And also, just because you have a cave in doesn't mean all the ground above you on the surface is coming down.
Right, yeah.
Exactly. It just
not how
could be
structure
just
works.
a little bit of the cave, not
A couple
all
of
the cave.
stalactites just fell. Or...
Yeah. I was then told that I'm not good with out-of-the-box players and that I need to go with what the players want, not what the book says.
It's hard to say that for a DM. I mean,
It is.
you have to do so much.
You have to do so much that sometimes having, like, just going by a book helps. Like, especially if you do homebrew stuff and you do make your own campaign every now and then. Going from a book, like a pre-written campaign,
It's such a godsend.
Oh, yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice.
We are preparing for our next game. This one will take several months to play. 3 of my 6 players requested a Western, so I agreed to adapt the book module to give things a Western feel. That sounds cool.
Nice.
It does.
I like that.
I want a Western now.
Oh, but it's not good for Adam because it says, now Adam is unhappy. I am changing the book because he doesn't feel Westerns and fantasy should mix. Do you want them to change the book? Do you not want them to change the book?
What do you
And what do you mean Western fantasies?
That's what I'm mad about. Westerns and magic don't go together. That sounds cooler than anything.
Yeah.
That's great.
Isn't that also Star Wars?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's a space drama.
Yes. Yeah. Literally.
I am upset because he was the one who was telling me to make my game my own and not to go by what the book said. But now he's already causing me to stress out. I cannot remove him from the game because we play at his house and he is married to another player who will also quit if he doesn't play. Would I be the asshole if I just canceled the game completely and told them I'm not interested in running games anymore? Verdict?
I'm gonna start with no. If you DM for 6 years of your friend group, it's time for some change. And if none of them are willing to step up to the plate, then you just don't have a DM.
I agree. Not the asshole. You know what? All I have to say to Adam is, if you want, you make your own campaign. You do the legwork.
Yeah,
that would be.
You do that. But guess what? You don't get to play, and it seems like you want to play, but you don't want to go by your DM. And he's been DMing I don't
What
know.
a service. 6 years.
I don't know if I'm getting.
It doesn't mention.
They have been DMing for your campaign for 6 years. They've been DMing for your group for 6 years, and you want something different. Do it yourself.
Yep.
Space Western whatever, Western fantasy.
Bruh, do it.
Do it. Sounds amazing. Go find another group of people that are gonna really appreciate the shit out of that.
Yeah, and run the game anyway. Just to see, like, kick him out or them out, and then just see if everybody actually leaves, because that'd be kind of funny if they're all just like, no. Because I mean, we've had annoying players that are just willing to fight on everything, or willing to have these petty arguments.
Who knows? The other players
One of them,
might be having issues with Adam and. So they might be like, oh yeah, no, let's find a couple other people and we'll play this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Completely off topic, by the way. I told you I would give you a hint to that puzzle box. Mm-hmm. It does have to do with the most annoying thing you've done to me as a player.
Grease?
Perhaps.
I don't know. I did a few annoying things as a player.
I don't know. Follow your instincts.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Grease.
The overall verdict was not the asshole.
Good.
Yeah, no, he was not an asshole.
No, not at all.
Top comment here by EEFR. They say, not the asshole. DMing is kind of the thing to do for others, but not an obligation. If he's making it frustrating and not fun for you, it's okay to stop doing it. Mm-hmm. If he has all these opinions about how you ought to DM, he should take on the task himself. Backseat driving is obnoxious. Well-y worded.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like that. Backseat driving is obnoxious because he's backseat DMing.
Another comment here from Existence Now. It sounds like a demand. Existence now. They say, I don't even remotely understand the mechanics of D&D, but I have captained tennis teams before, and what you said hit home really hard. Not the asshole. The interpersonal shit is what makes it such a thankless, awful job. And when you're like, fuck it, someone else do it, and no one steps up, you're not the asshole for letting the team die.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
There you go.
It was up to the whole team to get it to go again. And how does that correlate? I'm trying to think of where in tennis that crossover happens.
I mean, if you're a tennis team captain, like
Okay.
you're doing things like organizing
That's fair.
the games against
Yeah.
other teams. You're like bringing snacks and like
Yeah.
making sure people have their uniforms and shit. So like that's a
point.
pretty thankless job, all things considered.
Yeah.
I was actually a tennis team captain in high
Were you
school.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, because I have no experience
I
with
didn't
tennis
play any
teams.
sports.
I was just dating one of the players, to be fair. It was an honorary title, but I win it. Our next post by Star and Sunbro. The title reads, "Am I the asshole for playing D&D when I have 2 kids?"
Okay, let's see
On
where
the
this
surface
goes.
level,
I was
It
about to say,
could go
starting
either
right
way.
now, no. 'Cause
Yeah.
half the people I DM to have kids,
Yeah.
so I'm
It
like,
could go either way, just depending on.
I'm looking
How
at the
the story
result
goes.
and it's
yeah,
interesting.
this could go real quick. Like that. If this is an am I an asshole, this could turn into yes you are.
Yeah, no. If you have kids, you can play D&D. However,
Are you forcing them to play? Like,
or
Trying to make them
are
sit
you
down.
neglecting your kids?
Let's dive into it. I, 25 male, have 2 little boys, one 2 years old and the other 5 months, with my wife, 24 female. I have been playing D&D every other Sunday for the past year, minus the semi-frequent cancellations that everyone in the TTRPG space is familiar with. When our second son was born last October, I took a 2-month hiatus from playing, but went back about 3 months ago. However, my wife has been increasingly frustrated with me for continuing to play. She's frustrated that I work all week. She is the stay-at-home mom, and I have recently been working 6-day weeks, and then still disappear for 4 hours on some of my days off. She's also frustrated that she doesn't get out of the house or get a break from the kids. Now, at this point, I completely understand. 99% of the time that I don't attend sessions, it's because I want to stay home and help her with the kids. However, at the same time, I have regularly encouraged her to go out and do things with her friends or her mom on the weekends. And there have been times where she did do so while I stayed home with our boys, and that has never been a problem. However, Those instances are few and far between due to the fact that her friends are all also mothers, so there are often scheduling conflicts. Okay, we're off to a mixed bag start.
Yeah, mixed bag. We're off to it seems like he understands that, but he's also working a full-time 6-day week. So for me, I'm like having that little extra, you go home and you have your time with the kids when you go home at least, and you can help when you're at home, but every now and then you need some me time.
Yeah.
And that D&D is his little escape.
Some people use D&D as like straight up therapy.
Yeah, like it's a little escape. It's like I get to go be another character and play with my friends for 4 hours. 4 hours is nothing.
No. Or you get to work through some problems that you're having in your own head, and you get to take them out on a couple of trolls, and you're just
exactly.
All right.
Can we name this goblin Joe? I've had some issues with Joe at work, and I just really want to...
Can you give him a Boston accent? Because it'll really nail it home for me. I will be mad at this character.
BBEG, name him Joe. Give him a Boston accent. I'm going after him right now. The post goes on to say, today, she asked me if I could quit D&D. She said she has begun to resent the game as it takes me away for hours on my too few days off. I feel so awful and guilty in considering it, but at the same time I feel conflicted, as that is the only time I see my friends, and also my work recently declared that we would not be having work any Saturdays for the foreseeable future. Okay, so he's getting weekends off.
Yeah, he's finally got, and that's one of the hard things of scheduling games.
Yeah, and he has a whole day. And then at the beginning, he said it was every other Sunday. It's not every Sunday. It's like every other Sunday. So it's already only
2 times a month.
2 times a month for 4 hours.
Yeah. The post goes on to say that I suggested maybe cutting myself back to 1 session a month and just missing every other session. But she didn't seem satisfied by that suggestion. Now, there is an edit to the post at the very bottom. But before I get into the edit, I feel like I should read the result and then also the 2 top comments, and then I'll come back up to do the edit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, verdicts as of the story right now.
I would say he's not.
I agree. I don't think he's not an asshole. I don't think in this situation it would be.
Not in this situation, not with the information we have, from he's not the asshole.
Now, if the situation comes to be that so my friends bring their kids over to the house and they play all. I mean, there's somebody there to watch them and things like that. Yeah. There's never a reason. I mean, if she just needs a break or something like that, that's also fair.
Yeah.
And you can take the kids with you every so often. I mean, that's not too much. For a parent, that can't be too much of a burden because you got to take them everywhere anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but no, you're not an asshole. There's no way right now.
No.
Well.
I was about to say.
Reddit.
I feel like
Reddit has disagreed with us, and they have voted asshole. Top comment here by FKA Figs says, "You're the asshole. I say this as a child-free person. When my friends had kids, I just understood I wouldn't see them as much for the first few years. In fact, I'd go out of my way to visit them on their own schedule, which was always changing. If you work 6 days a week, your Sundays need to be spent with your wife and kids. I'm not saying you can never have life again, but until they're school age, socialization is going to be minimal. Your wife isn't taking time for herself because she's prioritizing her kids and overprotecting a social schedule. You need to do the same, maybe stick to D&D one-offs, only for a few years, and only ones where it's okay for you to skip last minute. Or figure out what needs to happen for you to only work 5-day weeks. Whatever it is, you can't spend half of your days off away from your family. Sorry you signed up for this."
I mean, to be fair, that's not half of your days off. I mean, you've got every moment off.
Yeah.
From work, from when you're back home doing all the important things that doesn't feel like time off. Like, that's not time off. That's a day where you can pretend to bring the kids, partial asshole for if you've never brought the kids, but
But also, they're kind of acting like D&D is a whole day affair.
It's not. He literally said he goes for 4 hours. And I'm like, that is, if you really look at it, that's a quarter of your waking, typical.
That's a short game too. Sometimes 4 hours.
Sometimes 4 is not enough.
That's like a quarter of the time you're awake.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah. I'm gonna hop straight into the edit just because that top comment was a
Yeah.
bit of a long one.
yeah.
But the edit says, I see a lot of people making incorrect assumptions about me as a parent. When I am home, I am very active with my kids. I do every single thing she does whenever I get off of work and on my off days when I'm out of the house. People are also assuming I think my wife has it easy. That is absolutely not the case. She works just as hard as I do, and I'm absolutely aware of that. Yeah, I mean, this is one that I don't think Reddit is going to agree with us on.
No.
Because I feel like we are on r/am I the asshole. There are people who probably don't understand that D&D is not just a game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that haven't played it, and they just kind of assume what they assume about it. Like, I mean, if I was telling you for 4 hours I was going to go play, I love Magic, but Magic the Gathering every weekend, every time, a lot of people wouldn't take it seriously.
And the fact of
but
the
still.
matter is, he's very upfront said it's every other Sunday for 4 hours. He gave a time. It's every other. He offered to go down to one Sunday.
Yeah.
And then with the edit, he answered the question, the kind of little question we had of, is he doing stuff at home? Is he just coming home after working and not doing anything? Now, granted, yes, we don't have the wife side.
No, we don't.
We don't. But, however, with the information we've been given, I definitely still disagree with Reddit itself. I think not the asshole.
Now, I have had D&D games where we drank the whole way through.
Yeah.
And that would also, if that's what you were doing, you're an asshole. If you're coming home every other Sunday or Saturday, just plastered beyond reason, that's an entirely different story. That's not D&D. That's a social day, but that's not needing to happen nearly as often.
I don't have a problem, babe. I have to go kill that red dragon. I swear to God. I gotta do it. But that is actually all the stories that we have today. So if you guys would like to comment on those, these are not recent stories by any means. So go leave some support. Original posters, if you guys are here in our comments, because I message you all when we upload, leave a comment down below. We'd love to pin you, or join our Discord. And in the meantime, we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.